In your eyes there's a heavy blue, one to love and one to lose. Sweet divine, the heavy truth, water or wine, don't make me choose. I wanna feel the way that we did that summer night. Drunk on a feeling, alone with the stars in the sky. I've been running through the jungle, I've been running with the wolves to get to you, to get to you. I've been down the darkest alley, saw the dark side of the moon to get to you, to get to you. I look for love and every stranger took too much easy anger, all for you, yeah, all for you. I've been running through the jungle, I've been crying with the wolves to get to you, to get to you, to get to you. Your fingertips trace my skin to places I have never been. Blindly I am following, break down these walls and come on in. I wanna feel the way that we did that summer night. Drunk on a feeling, alone with the stars in the sky. I've been running through the jungle, I've been running with the wolves to get to you, to get to you. I've been down the darkest alley, saw the dark side of the moon to get to you, to get to you. I look for love and every stranger took too much easy anger, all for you, yeah, all for you. I've been running through the jungle, I've been crying with the wolves to get to you, to get to you, to get to you.
I've done my sentence, but committed no crime. And bad mistakes, I've made a few. I've had my shells and kicks in my face, but I've come through. I need to go on, 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 on. We are the champions, my friends, and we'll keep on fighting till the end. We are the champions. We are the champions. No time for losers, 'cause we are the champions of the world. I've taken my bows and my curtain calls. You brought me fame and fortune and everything that goes with it. I thank you all, but it's been no bed of roses, no pleasure cruise. I consider it a challenge before the whole human race, and I ain't gonna lose. I need to go on, 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 on. We are the champions, my friends, and we'll keep on fighting till the end. We are the champions. We are the
Please God, tell me we're dreaming.
As the sun sets on Oceanside Arena, it's time for one final homestand. One last chance to show out for the arena that's housed ASU hockey for almost 45 years. And one last chance to send the Devil Faithful home happy. The challenger comes in the form of the Las Vegas Rebels, and no easy task is ahead. Can the Sun Devils do some rebelling of their own and knock off a top dog in the league? Find out next as we say farewell to Oceanside Arena, Arizona State Sun Devils, University of Las Vegas Rebels. Next on ASU ACHA Hockey YouTube.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to Oceanside Ice Arena. My name is Niall Cooper. My partner tonight is Brett Vaughn. And Brett, we've got a big tilt for Arizona State, maybe the biggest of the season. Implications are on the line for nationals. There's a lot at stake here tonight.
And for Arizona State, they've worked on against playing a tough opponent, probably the best team they're going to face all year, number 3, UNLV. Being able to limit UNLV's speed, especially through the neutral zone. So it's going to be important tonight for all the viewers at home to watch and see how ASU does trying to clog up the neutral zone, especially to limit UNLV's speed.
And UNLV, they're going to have a lot of speed on display tonight. Arizona State, they were able to contain that speed pretty well earlier in the season. They went to UNLV early on. It was a close 2-1 affair. ASU came out on the wrong side of that 2-1 affair, but they think they know what it's going to take tonight if they want to have success and get a big win.
Absolutely. Limiting team speed, that's one thing that assistant coach Kelly Newton talked to us before the game, but it's a talented UNLV roster up and down. When you look at their forward grouping, defense grouping, as well as their goalies, 2 out of their 3 goaltenders are representing internationally at the ACHA level at the end of the season, and so it's going to be tough to face a team that has all that depth, and so it's going to take all of Arizona State's bench, not just the guys on the ice, everybody having good effort out there and good energy levels.
It's going to take a lot, that's for sure, and we're excited to see what's just around the corner, folks. The starting lineups and national anthem are coming up next, and then puck drop here at Oceanside Ice Arena. welcome back in, ladies and gentlemen. That was the national anthem. We had the lineups, and both teams are just about ready for puck drop here between number 19, Arizona State, and number 3, UNLV. UNLV collecting around their own goal for a quick little powwow before they step out onto the ice tonight. Collecting around number 31, Zach Wixton, as he'll be between the pipes tonight for UNLV. Wixton coming in at a big 6'6", 195. Between the pipes for Arizona State, it will be a familiar face, number 30, Eric Garber. 5'8", 160-pound Kirkland, Washington native will be between the pipes for his 18th game of the season. The energy line is out for Arizona State. Phillips leans in, and the puck is dropped here at Oceanside Ice Arena in the final weekend send-off for this historic building. As Arizona State would love to send Oceanside out on a happy swan song. Their task certainly big. Smith right off the get in the corner, wanted to feed one in the middle, still on it. Smith on his backhand, gets up to Johnson at the point. Some nice passing back in front. Smith had it in his feet, and Arizona State will send that down for a nice and early and dangerous look for the Rebels.
Already a great opportunity for UNLV, as they did a great job working around once they're able to get that forecheck going, and then it was actually a nice defensive play there as Cooch got in the way, but since Arizona State was so tired out there, they just had to clear it down to get a breather.
UNLV wins the draw. At the point through traffic, that one goes high over Garber. Kylie Ram whacking away at it on the half wall, kept in by Del Monte. Kylie Ram on the second effort will get it ahead, and Arizona State can get a change. Mazzillo in his own end. He'll throw it up the half wall to a forward. Kylie Ram gets the worst of that check, and UNLV will break it out. Del Monte pushes it ahead across the red line. Throwing it into the corner is Gallant. Franklin in his own end reverses that one around. The first one there is a Rebel. Gallant will play some pitch and catch behind the red line. Getting some help as DeMizio comes in. DeMizio wants to skate in the middle. He'll drop it to Quinn. Quinn throws one towards the net. Blockered away into the corner. Still on it, Gallant. He'll throw one in front, and Garber will cover that for a whistle.
Smart cover by Garber, getting another whistle, as Arizona State's having some trouble trying to communicate in the defensive zone in terms of which players need to go hustle in the corner to try and rip the puck away from the Rebels, but either way, they've still kept them off the board so far.
Johnson leans in against Porter. That shot saved. Into the corner it goes. First one there is Marchand. Marchand takes a check. Porter comes in to help him out. Porter lays a check. The Rebels right back on it. Skating out of the corner, wanting to find the middle, was Cole Wyatt. Couldn't get there. Second attempt. Johnson in the corner now for the Rebels. They'll work it around the referee, creating a partial screen. On it now is Strong. Strong behind the net. They'll work it from low to high. And Quinn will reverse that back in the corner. Olsen with a nice stick lift. A chance now possibly for Lackey to push that out. Marchand finds it on his stick. That pass. A nice little fake. Maybe not on purpose. It works out as Tillman wanted to hack that one down the ice. And the Sun Devils get another partial change.
Good start for the Rebels so far. Always tough for that first game away against your opponent, and so far they've been setting the tone.
Definitely setting the tone so far in this first period. Something we expected to see. The Sun Devils having to weather the storm a little bit on their home ice. Plurd chases down Fisher. Olsen has a chance now to play the puck first. He gets it to his D partner, Marchand. Marchand in the corner gets outmanned. Well, he'll find Studioso, who will throw that one down the ice. Not far enough for icing, and Plurd will give chase. Johnson switches it. McCollum up the half wall. He wanted to find Grant Smith. Wasn't able to slow the puck down. And now Palmer will push it ahead to Tillman. Tillman goes far corner. Just gained the red, so no icing. But the Rebels once again on it. Mazzillo, the assistant captain, wanted to find a streaking number 11 Flanders. Arizona State back the other way. Studioso on it now. He'll rip one. And an easy glove save for Wixon.
Good from Arizona State there. They're able to capitalize on the sloppy breakout pass by the Rebels. There's a nice transition in the neutral zone, and Studioso testing the goaltender Wixon for the first time.
And I think any shot tonight is a good shot for Arizona State, Brett. As Kruk will elect to throw that one back behind the net. Short side, it's in front of Wixon, no one there, and he'll cover it up.
And we've seen this season Arizona State utilizing that point shot very well, and so tonight I'm expecting them to try to utilize that again against these talented UNLV goaltenders, of creating a lot of traffic commotion in front, possibly cashing in on those second chance opportunities.
In the corner, Sun Devils try to work it. Tillman behind the net, he'll give chase. Porter steps in, Palmer activates at the point, and the Sun Devils able to pick that puck up in their own end. Lackey drops it, Palmer drops it. Kruk on his backhand, gets it up to the point. A quick little chip ahead. Lackey gets in behind the defense. Lackey in all alone, backhand, forehand. Oh, and he's denied by the post. Clayton Lackey beat Wixon, but couldn't beat the Red Iron. And UNLV breathes a sigh of relief.
Man, oh man, Clayton Lackey, he's one of the Arizona State players you'd want to try to put that play away. And he deked out the goaltender, and it was just trying to put in the empty net, and I think he might have been a little too starstruck and ended up not cashing in.
Oh, so close, the captain for Arizona State, to putting the Sun Devils ahead in the first period. Sun Devils will look to regroup and get some more offense going here. UNLV out of the corner emerges with it. Back to the high slot, a shot, and Garber makes the save off of Carollo. Kept alive at the point. Carollo can't handle that pass. He'll just try to slap one back behind the net. Garber seals the post. The Rebels dig at it behind the goal line. Demizio on the half wall, walks it in the middle, and that puck squirts all the way into the corner where Barry will activate. Cioso goes for the chip. That one just skirting the roof. And the Rebels will tag up. Demizio delays just long enough, and he'll be in onside. Demizio, the big forward, goes behind the net. On his backhand, trying to feed it up to his D partner, who had activated. The Rebels still on it behind the net. Plurd now will do well just to chip that off the half wall, and he does. Johnson at his own blue line, delays. He'll find Ness. Ness will chip it in, and they'll go for a change.
Arizona State settled in a little bit after they got a couple good opportunities, but like to see them try to apply a bit more pressure.
That puck goes all the way down, but icing waved off at the last second. Marchand wanted to find a streaking Phillips, and a good idea is we know Phillips, when he gets ahead of steam, he's about as fast as anyone in the ACHA. The Rebels will throw that one all the way down the ice, and Olsen touches up first.
That energy line for Arizona State out there. This time Kylie Ram centering Phillips and Cooch, and that great forecheck ends up forcing UNLV to have an icing, and so now Arizona State, maybe some offense here generating in the offensive zone.
Max Johnson leans in for the Rebels. It's won by Phillips, however, for Arizona State. Marchand finds Olsen. No shooting lane, so he'll just throw it in the corner. Phillips on his backhand, protects. Phillips still on it, behind the net, goes for the wrap. Phillips pushes it back into the middle, no one there, and the Rebels are able to clear it. Cooch applies the pressure. Marchand blocks that one down. It takes a funny bounce to Wyatt, who's in behind the defense. That puck bobbling a bit, so Wyatt has to wait for some help. And Kylie Ram on it now for Arizona State. 7 minutes nearly gone by here in the first. Still no score. Both teams with a couple good looks in this early frame. Ram giving chase down low. Number 3 Rebels will push it ahead. Across the red line, into the middle to Fisher. Fisher, he'll drop it. That pass a little late. Johnson couldn't find it. And he'll carry it all the way around. Johnson looking for someone in the middle. He wanted Burke. He'll poke away at it, but Tillman emerges with the puck. Tillman gets his feet moving. Tillman, a quick shot, save, rebound, another save by Wixon. As Porter picked up that second chance opportunity and nearly ripped it home.
Really loved how Tillman ended up using his quick release on that shot instead of trying to go for a hard one. I think it caught the goaltender Wixon by surprise.
Fisher gains entry for the Rebels, working on his strong side. He'll lose that puck to Franklin. Palmer up ahead. Porter with a nice no-look pass to Lackey. Back to Porter. He'll skate it in. He'll throw one on, and Wixon will glove that and hold on for a save.
Good spell by Arizona State. They're settling in as the game progresses further into the first period. And I also want to bring up a good point that both defensemen for both teams have been having trouble with that puck bouncing end over end. As a defenseman, when you're last man back, you really want to try to be sure you're keeping that puck in front of you at all times.
Across the offensive zone. We wanted to throw that on was Brendan Feelig. Blocked away by Arizona State. The Rebels still on it. They'll throw that one towards the net. Studioso will slow it down. Studioso will drop one to the wing to both the defensemen. Gains ahead of steam. He pushes that ahead. In the corner is Doucette. Sun Devils trying to work it. Plurt had it in his skates briefly. And once again, UNLV on the puck. Carollo gains the center line, and he'll just dump it in the corner boards where Olsen will reverse to Studioso. Studioso, a nice backhand pass, finds Plurt right on the money. Plurt skates it in. He'll look for a quick shot. Wixon can't handle it. Rebound thrown on. Wixon another save. And the rebounds appear a little juicy right now in front of Wixon. The Rebels coming back the other way, trying to feed it in front. On the half wall now. Still with it is Feelig. He gets a hard ride from Studioso. And the referee deems that a little too hard from Studioso. And unfortunate here for Arizona State, they'll go down a man.
Tough penalty. That could have gone 50-50. But Studioso had a great back check trying to force the defenseman Feelig out of the offensive zone. But in any case, it's Arizona State taking that penalty. And that was one of the keys to the game, talking with assistant coach Kelly Newton of trying to stay out of the box. But unfortunately here, they're going to have to kill one off.
Burke leans in for the Rebels. That puck won back to Olsen. He'll fire it off the glass. Dalmani will keep it in. Dalmani on the half wall. McCollum will switch it. That pass shot down low. Can't find a Rebel, and Arizona State's able to clear.
Love the Arizona State on the penalty kill, fronting that shooter, blocking up any of those shooting lanes, forcing the Rebels to the outside.
Rebels gain zone entry once again, and they'll set up. Johnson, he'll delay, back up to Dalmani. He'll pump fake. McCollum gives it right back. Dalmani, this time he elects to rip that one through traffic. That goes wide. Kylie Ram will pick it up, and he'll fire it all the way down the ice. Rebels trying to catch Arizona State changing, but it's Kylie Ram with the puck. The Sun Devils almost get caught with too many men, and the Rebels come right back the other way. Johnson around the defense. He'll chip one on. Garber makes the save, and that puck will go into the corner where the Sun Devils can clear it.
What a save by Eric Garber. He sticks out the toe. I think that might have even caught this skate of his, as he really had to reach out for that one to keep it out.
Rebels with speed. They'll come back. 50 seconds still remain on this power play. Wyatt at the right point as the Rebels set up in a bit of an umbrella formation. Johnson playing pitch and catch. He'll like to rip one. Garber relinquishes no rebound, and he'll cover up.
As you alluded to, Niall, UNLV, once they set up in the offensive zone on the power play, they do like to roll into that umbrella. Credit to Arizona State of not being too overly aggressive, trying to chase the puck carrier or chase the puck, for how well the Rebels pass it tape to tape.
Porter leans in, but he can't win it. The Rebels will set up once again. Wyatt through traffic. Garber finds that one, and he'll cover it up again. Garber seeing the puck well right now.
And that was a tough one on that save, as that was a moving screen that time with the Rebels player Flanders moving in front of him as the shot was released. Garber looks like he's locked in tonight.
And UNLV won that draw, but I don't believe the linesman was just ready to fire it off.
Good communication by the back linesman as he was trying to help his partner out when the faceoff was dropped down, and so now they're talking to the scorekeeper of trying to keep all the addition and subtraction correct.
29 seconds, the referee says, will remain here on the power play for UNLV. Gallant will lean in, he'll lose it. Palmer a chance to clear, he'll rip that one all the way down the ice.
Big kill by Arizona State of being able to just keep the Rebels again to the outside and all those shot attempts on the outside for Garber.
Garber will let that go behind. Palmer the first one there. He'll slow things down on the half wall as he tries to fight off 3 Rebels. That puck squirts into the middle. Porter will push it ahead. Lackey, a one-on-one for Clayton Lackey as he skates down the left wing. He saw Porter making a move to the net, wanted to find him. Tillman on it now. So the Rebels nearly turned over in front of their own net. Johnson. Lackey gives chase as that puck waits for someone to pick it up. Now it's Porter, a nice move, and he'll rip one. Wixon making a quick save. Porter goes down back behind the play. Rather, that's Lackey as he took a hard slash. And as the Rebels touch up, it will now be Arizona State's chance to go on the power play.
Undisciplined penalty by UNLV's number 37, Cole Wyatt, as Lackey was streaking in hard, causing a lot of commotion in the Rebels zone. And then once the puck ended up being released, it ended up being a hack away from the play by Wyatt that ends up taking him to the box. And for Arizona State, they did a great job on special teams on the penalty kill. This time on the power play, they go to work.
Arizona State wins that draw. Lackey will set things up at the point. Marchand has to hurry to catch that pass. He throws one on front, deflected. Wixon saves. Second chance. That squirts just wide of the net. Rebels able to clear that to the blue line. Lackey in his skates was trying to kick it back to his defenseman Marchand. The Rebels come back the other way. Marchand a nice block. He'll send it up to Tillman. Tillman will slow things down. That puck bounces up onto the net. Marchand in his skates can't find it. The puck all over the ice right now. Palmer with it now. Palmer across the blue line. He'll pirouette in the corner. The puck bouncing quite a bit right now. Neither team can seem to settle it down. Lackey will weasel his way in and pick it up. Lackey through the middle. That finds Studioso. Puck bouncing. He'll settle it down to Marchand from the point. Thrown in front. Deflected. Wixon a save. And he'll cover up and not allow a second chance opportunity. Lackey now getting familiar in front of the net with one of the UNLV defenders. As Lackey gets sent to the ice, the linesman coming in to break things up. And I believe we might have coincidentals here, Brett.
As the referees try to separate both players, and we see Clayton Lackey. Again, maybe that's something more to even get himself into the game, is trying to rile up the other team. This time he'll be heading to the box with the UNLV player. Looks to be number 18, Luke Burke. So as the referees are talking with both benches, it looks like it's going to still be a 5-on-4 power play for ASU.
And to your point, Brett, I think usually when we see Clayton Lackey playing his best hockey for the Sun Devil Club, it's when he's getting underneath the skin of an opposition. I have no problem there seeing him get physical with the defense in front of the net. Studioso will lean in here to the draw for Arizona State. Fisher will lean in for UNLV. Still 1:05 left on the power play for Arizona State. Fisher wins it. Back in the corner, the Rebels will clear that one. It hits the linesman, and that won't go all the way down the ice. Now the Rebels can clear that as far as center. Palmer across the line. He'll attract 2 Rebels, and so he'll whip that one to the far corner boards. Marchand activates. Both teams trying to dig it out of the corner. One Rebel takes a tumble. That was Grant Smith. And Arizona State emerges with the puck. Plurd switches it to Palmer. That pass a little hot to handle. He'll settle it down. Studioso now delays. He'll play pitch and catch with Plurd. Studioso wants to go backdoor. He'll fire one high. Tillman keeps it alive. Marchand on the half wall will poke it behind the net. Palmer gives chase. Plurd activates. Back to Palmer. Still honor to the Sun Devils as we hit even strength. And Wixon will cover that up.
Really impressed by UNLV's penalty kill, especially number 34, Grant Smith, being able to have great stick positioning of showing his stick towards the middle of the ice, which then negates any passing opportunity for Arizona State from the outside. These Rebels and head coach Anthony Vinieri Greener have done a great job of being well drilled on the special teams.
Arizona State off the draw, can't get the shot away, and the Rebels will skate it ahead. Grant will throw that one past Garber. Ness picks it up, tries to fire one towards the middle. Cooch will come in with some speed and collect it. He gets ridden off. Back on it again is Cooch. And these Rebels all over the puck. Every time Arizona State has a chance to clear it, it seems as if the Rebels have two men to every Sun Devil on the ice. Ness in the middle, a nice pass. Gallant, he'll rip one high over Garber. Kept alive by Demizio. He'll send it down low. At the point, Johnson, a chance to pick it up for the Rebels. He'll switch it. Arizona State pushes it ahead now. Cooch with speed. Across the blue line. He'll look for the shot. That goes off the knob of the stick of Wixon and up into the netting.
Credit to Cooch as he was out there for a long time as he was unable to get the puck out of his own zone initially. Still had enough speed and stamina to go ahead and chase down that puck. Ends up getting a face-off for his team in the offensive zone.
5:32 left here in the first period. The Sun Devils dominating the shot clock right now, 15-7. Palmer through traffic. That takes a funny deflection in the corner. Turnover, nearly turnover. At the blue line, is that kept in? No, it's not. As Palmer had a chance to get in behind the defense, couldn't quite keep it alive.
If you're an Arizona State supporter, you have to be happy how this first period's gone. It took a little bit for them to settle in initially into the hockey game, but after that, they've been holding their own against a top opponent in the ACHA, and they've also been the aggressor as well at times.
Kruk will elect to go kitty corner with that dump. Coming in is Doucette, and Kruk once again in the neutral zone will slow things down. Palmer up to Studioso. He'll get saucy to Kruk, and Kruk will skate it in. Kruk gains his entry and will just chip it in behind the net. Plurd can't seal the half wall. And the Rebels with some nice passing will skate it ahead. Wyatt with speed. He'll sidestep a check and just dump it in. Kruk the first one there for Arizona State. He'll find Studioso, and Studioso will go for a little lob wedge down the ice. And that will be just shy of an icing.
Smart by Studioso of really being north and south with the puck in terms of just chipping it out, not allowing UNLV to build up any sort of sustained forecheck pressure.
Plurd with an active stick, slowing down this Rebels breakout. Lackey will come in now, fresh out of the box from the Coincidentals, as he's got a little pep in his step. Lackey still giving chase as he gives a hard ride on the half wall. The Rebels changing back behind the play. Felic at the point now. He'll rip one. Blocked away by Marchand. Studioso off the half wall. He'll look for Plurd. Smith emerges with it, and the Sun Devils will get a partial change going. Mazzillo across the blue line. His pass wouldn't go. Lackey now bobs, head weaves. Marchand, nice little soccer play to collect it. Across the blue line, still on Marchand. And he'll just chip that one in.
Especially heading towards the end of the period, the ice is chewed up and that puck's still bouncing.
A quick shot there, Wixon with the save. Smith will elect to skate it out himself. Gunnar Smith weaves his way through the middle, wanted a toe drag across the blue line. A confident move by him wouldn't go. The Sun Devils broke it up. Tillman back the other way. Tillman, the end of a long shift, he'll elect to go for a dump and a change. That puck slowing down along the half wall. As you alluded to, Brett, the Rebels struggling to break it out. This time they get across the blue line. They throw one on right in the bread basket, and Garber will easily cover that one up.
Amazing opportunity for Damon Poirier for Arizona State as Connor Tillman was able to dislodge the puck underneath the goal line and center that one in front. And both goaltenders tonight, Wixon and Garber respectively, have been showing up and showing out so far.
Fisher on his strong side, can't win it. DeBolt now, he'll fire that one all the way around. A little hot to handle. That will exit the zone. As both teams try to settle the puck down. Linesman getting heavily activated in the play. And DeBolt a chance now to break things out for Arizona. Dangerous pass across the middle. He'll find his man though. Cooch will slap one. That one goes wide. DeBolt thought about jumping into the play. He tried to find Kylie Ram at the last second. Kylie Ram a little aggressive with that stick lift. And it looks like he'll end up going to the box for 2 minutes once Arizona State touches up. Alec Johnson made a motion to the referee, letting him know that he got caught in the head with that stick lift. And the Rebels up 6-5 now with the goalie pulled. A quick shot. Garber makes the save. Not sure where it is. That puck was loose, but touched up before UNLV could get a second chance.
Tough penalty for Kylie Ram to take. Again, this was another one that was behind the play. Ends up getting beat by the defenseman Johnson. He's trying to lift his stick. Ends up hitting the face mask of the defenseman Johnson. And for the remainder of this first period, UNLV is going to be back to work on the main advantage.
A massive moment here early in this game. Arizona State shorthanded late in the first. It would be a huge win for the Sun Devils if they can get out of this 0-0 going into the intermission. Dalmonte at the point. He'll walk the line. He'll fake. Now he rips one. Garber will collect that. And a good job by Garber not to give up a second chance as number 16, Max Johnson, was waiting in the wings.
Impressive work by Matias Dalmonte. 22 games played this season, 7 goals, 8 assists, and he showed off great footwork there, walking the line and trying to open up a shooting angle, and he ended up doing so, testing the goaltender Garber.
Dalmonte on it once again. He'll settle it down. Rebels zipping this puck around in spite of the poor ice. Strong slows it down. A quick one-timer here. That one goes whistling just wide of the net. The Rebels opening up a good scoring opportunity.
The defenseman for Arizona State, Wyatt Palmer, has to be careful. Once they do that quick one-touch passing, UNLV is trying to work it down and attack the middle of the ice.
Porter, a nice job right there, jumping in on the UNLV defense, maybe a little loose with it. Porter thought he drew a penalty. The referee said, no way, Jose, and we play on. Caleb Strong will slow things down at the left point. He'll find Dalmonte in the middle. Back to Strong. He'll go down low. The Rebels look for that same chance, and Garber up to the task once again. Wixon, a quick up pass as the Rebels change back line to play. Across the blue line is Johnson. He'll dive to try to keep it alive. And the Rebels will restart in the neutral zone. 30 seconds left here on the clock. Schultz gets on his horse and gives chase. Phillips on it now. Rebels forced to restart once again. Flanders skating it single-handedly down the right wing, behind the net. Still on his Flanders up to the point. Wyatt on it. Looking for the pass back up top. He finds Barry, thinks better of the shot. Blocked away. The Sun Devils a chance to clear. And with 3 seconds left on the clock, that should do it for the first period here at Oceanside Ice Arena.
Man, what a 20 minutes of hockey. We're being treated a very good game, very high competitive game so far, and it's been entertaining to watch.
Very entertaining and a great start here for the Sun Devils, as when they come back out of this break, they'll have 14 seconds left to kill on the man advantage for the Rebels. The score, UNLV 0, Arizona State 0 as we go to the first intermission. And we'll be back in a quick 15 minutes here on ASU ACHA Hockey YouTube.
Hello out there, we're on the air, it's hockey night tonight. Tension grows, the whistle blows, and the puck goes down the ice. The goalie jumps and the players bump and the fans all go insane. Someone roars, Bobby scores at the good old hockey game. Oh, the good old hockey game is the best game you can name. And the best game you can name is the good old hockey game. Second period, where players dash with skates aflash. The home team trails behind, but they grab the puck and go bursting up, and they're down across the line. They storm the crease like bumblebees. They travel like a burning flame. We see them slide the puck inside. It's a 1-1 hockey game. Oh, the good old hockey game is the best game you can name. And the best game you can name is the good old hockey game. Third period, last game in the playoffs too. Oh, take me where the hockey players face off down the rink, and the Stanley Cup is all filled up for the champs who win the drink. Now the final flick of a hockey stick and a one gigantic scream. The puck is in, the home team wins the good old hockey game. Oh, the good old hockey game is the best game you can name. And the best game you can name is the good old hockey game. Oh, the good old hockey game is the best game you can name. And the best game you can name is the good old hockey game. Oh, the good old hockey game is the best game you can name. And the best game you can name is the good old hockey game.
Welcome to your life. There's no turning back. Even while we sleep, we will find you acting on your best behavior. Turn your back on Mother Nature. Everybody wants to rule the world. It's my own design. It's my own remorse. Help me to decide. Help me make the most of freedom and of pleasure. Nothing ever lasts forever. Everybody wants to rule the world. There's a room where the light won't find you. Holding hands while the walls come tumbling down. When they do, I'll be right behind you. So glad we've almost made it. So sad they had to fade it. Everybody wants to rule the world. I see a red door and I want it into black. No colors anymore, I want them to turn black.
I see the girls walk by dressed in their summer clothes. I have to turn my head until my darkness goes.
I see a line of cars and they are painted black, with flowers and my love both never to come back.
I see people turn their heads and quickly look away. Like
it into black.
Maybe then I'll fade away and not have to face the facts. It's not easy facing up when your whole world is black.
No more will my green seagull turn a deeper blue. I could not foresee this thing happening to you.
If I look hard enough into the setting sun, my love will laugh with me before the morning.
I see your dirty face hide behind your collar. What is done in vain? Truth is hard to swallow, so you pray to God to justify the way you live a lie, live a lie, live a lie. And you take your time, and you do your crime. Will you make your bed? I made mine. Because when I arrive, I'll bring the fire, make you come alive. I can take you higher, what this is. For God, I must now remind you, let it rock, let it rock, let it rock. Now the son's disgraced, he who knew his father when he cursed his name, turned and chased the dollar, but it broke his heart, so he stuck his middle finger to the world, to the world, to the world. And you take your time, and you stand in line, where you'll get what's yours. I got mine. Because when I arrive, I'll bring the fire, make you come alive. I can take you higher, what this is. For God, I must now remind you, let it rock, let it rock, let it rock. Yeah, Wayne's World, Planet Rock, panties drop, and the top. And she gon' rock till the camera stop. I sing about angels like Angel Eye, rock, and Pay My Life, rock, and Samadai, rock, and Amadai, and Tamara. Why I'm in here like, what's up, mechanic me? I can fix you up, I can you up, I can get down. Shout it, we could go wherever, just pick a town. And my jewelry is louder than an engine sound. Big egg rocks like on the ground. Dirty like socks that's on the ground. We say, because when I arrive, I'll bring the fire, make you come alive.
Cause you're a sky full of stars. I'm gonna give you my heart. Cause you're a sky full of stars. Cause you light up the park. I don't care, go on and tear me apart. I don't care if you do. Cause in the sky full of stars, I think I saw you. Cause you're a sky full of stars. I wanna die in your arms. Cause you get lighter the more stars. I think I see you. I think I see you. Hear the sound of the falling rain, coming down like an Armageddon flame. The shame, the ones who died without a name. Hear the dogs howling out of key to a hymn called faith and misery, and bleed the company lost the war at end. I beg to dream and differ from the hollow lies. This is the dawning of the rest of our lives on holiday. Hear the drum pounding out of time. Another protester has crossed the line to find the money's on the other side. Can I get another amen? There's a flag wrapped around a score of men, a keg, a plastic bag on a monument. I beg to dream and differ from the hollow lies. This is the dawning of the rest of our lives on holiday.
Never really gone. You think you're moving on, but it won't be for long. You'll see when I'm gone. I'm never really gone. You think you're moving on, but no one's gonna feel like.
As the sun sets on Oceanside Arena, it's time for one final homestand. One last chance to show out for the arena that's housed ASU hockey for almost 45 years. And one last chance to send the Devil faithful home happy. The challenger comes in the form of the Las Vegas Rebels, and no easy task is ahead. Can the Sun Devils do some rebelling of their own and knock off a top dog in the league? Find out next as we say farewell to Oceanside Arena, Arizona State Sun Devils, University of Las Vegas Rebels. Next on ASU ACHA Hockey YouTube.
When I'm gone, I'm never really gone. You think you're moving on, but no one's gonna feel like.
Welcome back in, folks, to Oceanside Ice Arena, as we are just about ready to start the second period here between Arizona State and visiting UNLV. Both teams in a 0-0 deadlock after an exciting opening 20 minutes.
Rebels just finishing off the rest of their power play, maybe one more opportunity, but If you're Arizona State right now, you're happy how that first period went. Still locked 0-0 with the top team in the country. We've also had a lot of scoring opportunities as well.
That pass wouldn't go. Tillman tries to chip one softly ahead to Lackey. A little too much air underneath that pass. And the Rebels will slow it down in their own end. Ice a little suspect here tonight at Oceanside. Nothing outside the norm for the Sun Devils. The Rebels usually play home at City National. I'm sure they're used to a little bit better ice. Assistant Captain Johnson will push it up ahead. Across the blue line, but getting separated from the puck was strong. Sun Devils remain physical on their forecheck. One of the keys that assistant coach Kelly Newton mentioned to us earlier tonight.
If you're UNLV's head coach, Anthony Vinieri Greener, you're also probably happy about that first period. It wasn't the best period I think UNLV's played this season, but they're able to also generate scoring chances as well, being able to fight maybe the conditions tonight and still be competitive.
UNLV will win that draw at the point. Mazzillo will skate it down low. He'll backhand one on, saved by Garber. Player in the corner, lays a check. Olsen comes in to help out. Olsen lays a check, still giving chases Gallant. Some amazing effort from the UNLV forward as Arizona State tries to settle things down. Studioso looked for a no-look drop pass. Wouldn't go. Right in front of the net was Ness, just out of the reach of his stick as he had a great opportunity off the turnover from Studioso. Marchand, some nice handles. Wanted to find Plurd, just a little out of his reach, and that'll be an icing.
Like the idea of Marchand there, being able to try to hit that far side pass, just wasn't accurate enough with it. But it's been a great pace so far, especially in that opening period of play, and looks like things are starting out that way as well in the second.
Long change this period. Both teams a little weary of that. Another turnover by Arizona State in their own end. Giving chases Flanders on the half wall. He tries to dig it out. A little rugby scrum ensues. All the way down that left corner board. It's hard to see from here. UNLV emerges with the puck. Flanders. He'll bounce it off the half wall up to Quinn. Quinn will elect to send it all the way back down below the net. Marchand on it now for Arizona State. And he'll just chip it in the neutral zone to alleviate the pressure. Marchand, some slick skating. He'll gain the blue line and dump it in. Sun Devils getting a full change. As UNLV will push it ahead. Feelig loses it. Franklin, he'll absorb a check but get the puck away. Phillips with speed through the neutral zone. Wanted to chip it past the defense as he got caught between two minds. As neither team able to get a clean zone entry here. The Sun Devils turn over once again at their own blue line. The Rebels back the other way. On the half wall. That pass in the middle. Collected now down low. On it is Feelig behind the net. He'll throw one in front. Garber makes the save. As one of the Sun Devils lost his man, and the Rebels were all alone in front of the net. UNLV changing behind the play. Smith on it now. At the blue line, the Rebels will switch. Rip one through traffic. Garber makes the save once again. Fisher collects it, sends it down low. Franklin a chance on the puck now for Arizona State. As the Sun Devils at the end of a long change. And still a good 100+ feet away from their bench. Phillips tries to slow it down in the half wall. Franklin comes in. Rebels with it again, looking for the one-timer, poked away. An active stick by Cooch.
Probably saved a goal there by Cooch, but also too, maybe go for a quick change for a couple of his line mates.
Porter, fresh off the bench for Arizona State. The Sun Devils a chance to maybe get it out here and get it far enough to get a change. However, they keep messing around in their own end. And UNLV luckily goes for a change at the same time. Kylie Ram with his head up. He'll switch it to Porter. Porter in the corner. He'll reverse it. Lackey coming in a little bit late. Tillman with an active stick at the blue line keeps it alive. That puck bouncing around in front of the net, picked up by Lackey. Lackey on his backhand. He'll skate all the way up to the point. Palmer couldn't get it any further than the forechecker in front of him. And Palmer now can send it in.
Credit to Arizona State. They're reeling a little bit with that line that was previously out there, but they did a good job not committing any penalties and eventually taking an opportunity to clear the puck out.
Wyatt will pick up some speed across the red line. He gets hounded by a couple Sun Devils, and Palmer has it now for Arizona State. Palmer will go for the switch. Tillman in on sides. He'll poke one behind the net. Plurd, the forechecker, giving chase. Lackey and Tillman trying to seal the middle of the ice. Tillman slowed it down, and off a lucky bounce, the Rebels will push that one in the corner. Grant will poke that one down to Johnson. And Kruk the first one to this loose puck. Tape-to-tape passes few and far between for both of these clubs right now. Marchand thought about breaking it out. This time he'll send it all the way down. Deflection. No icing on the play. Wixon can't handle it behind his net. Arizona State forecheckers. Maybe a chance to get something going. Kept it alive at the blue line. Doucette will throw that one back behind the net. Plurd still on the ice after a long shift. He'll try to switch it. And the Rebels skate it back the other way. Quinn with some speed across the blue line. He'll put on the brakes. Now he goes up to the point. Walking it in, a quick shot. And Garber will get the blocker up to that one. A hard check late in the corner. The Rebels get the puck back. Quinn at the point. Thinks better of the shot. Looked for the pass. And the Sun Devils will clear and get a partial change.
Entire group of Sun Devils out there. They got to hustle. Especially with this long change, it's going to be tough to do so to get fresh guys.
Quinn, the lengthy defenseman, once again skating it in single-handedly. Marchand on it now. We'll push it up to Studioso. Studioso gains entry. He'll drop it to Kylie Ram, a little behind him. As Kylie Ram gives chase behind the UNLV net. Kylie Ram almost strips that puck from the defenseman as Quinn gained a little too comfortable behind his own net. Studioso now comes in to help out. DeMizio on the half wall. He'll look for the breakout pass. Johnson will push it up ahead. Picked up by Felix, throwing it in front. That deflection wouldn't go. Cooch slows it down. Sun Devils will push it ahead now. Phillips across the blue line. He'll dump it in, just avoiding the referee. An errant pass finds Phillips back to the point. The one-timer ripped wide of the net. The Rebels will send it all the way down the ice. Does it have enough to go for an icing? It does.
I think Ian Erdman, the defenseman for Arizona State on that shift, probably would have wanted to settle the puck down a little bit. He ended up taking the one-timer opportunity off the point shot pass from Phillips. I think if he could have maybe dusted it off a little bit, he would have had a greater scoring chance opportunity as he had a forward streaking through the middle of being able to tip the puck or just create some traffic against the goaltender, Wixon.
Ian Erdman, the lone man with no name on his jersey tonight. And a good pickup by my partner. Sun Devils can't get it going in the corner. DeMizio will skate it across the red line. He'll move east to west. And now gets it across the blue line. Some slick skating from the big power forward. And the Rebels on it in the corner. Flanders will go low to high. McCollum throws that one. A funny bounce off the dasher. And the Rebels still on it. Poked away by Tillman, however. He'll skate it back the other way. Tillman waiting for Lackey to come in. He looks for the shot, and he scores! A beautiful wrister from Tillman, and Arizona State goes up 1-0.
We saw it in the first period. Connor Tillman, one of the best shots on the Arizona State roster. He caught Wixon off guard with a quick release shot in that first period. Almost the same song, different story this time as he ends up picking the puck up on the far side boards and came in with a lot of speed, ended up catching Wixon again, far side with the release, but this time he beats him, and Arizona State gets that all-important lead.
Arizona State absorbing the pressure from UNLV for much of the second period. And just a quick counter, Connor Tillman, an amazing shot off the rush. And Arizona State, a 1-0 lead here at Oceanside Ice Arena against number 3 UNLV. Doucette comes in and lays a body. Smith almost loses that puck at his own blue line. Feelig will restart it. Feelig pushes it ahead, back on it now, poked away by the Sun Devils. Marchand almost a chance to break the other way. Feelig once again on it, gets his head up. 3 Sun Devils encompass him, and Arizona State gets the puck and they can clear it.
We'll see if the game maybe even gets revitalized a little bit after that goal. Usually both teams try to respond and pick it up after that. Seems to be the case.
Mazzillo working it at his own blue line. Sun Devils tried to get it clear, kept alive by Feelig. On it now is Smith, operating in a phone booth, tries to find Feelig. Plurd lifts the stick and gets the puck. Plurd, the lone forechecker on the ice, doing a good job just to delay UNLV long enough to get a full change for his line mates. Lackey getting familiar with some Rebels at their bench. Tillman will come in, the goal scorer. A nice defensive stick. Picked up now by Franklin. Franklin and DeBolt trying to work it behind their own net. Tillman on the half wall, absorbs a check. He'll find Lackey. Lackey across the red line. He'll look for that opposite corner dump. Wixon thought about coming out to play it. But the Rebels, some nice quick passing, they'll get it ahead. With speed is Burke. Burke down the wing, throws one across the front of the net as he wanted that one-timer on the back door from Barry, and the Sun Devils will get it clear.
Unbelievable defensive play by Connor Kruk. He had his head on a swivel, noticing where the Rebels player was streaking in on the back door, ends up lifting the stick, negating a scoring opportunity.
Phillips for Arizona State. He'll chip it ahead. Slowed down by Tillman. And Tillman will find Kruk now, who'll skate it in and go for a quick dump. Cooch delays, lets Kylie Ram take it. Ram pushes it to Cooch. They'll trade spots. Ram trying to find it in the corner. Rebels trying to string passes together. An aggressive Sun Devil forecheck slowing them down. Johnson can get it going for UNLV across the blue line. He'll get the shot on. Garber makes the save. Marchand picks it up. Palmer off the half wall. Phillips on it now. A 3-on-2 for the Sun Devils. Phillips gains entry. Finds Cooch, tries to throw it on. That one blocked down. All alone in front to the Sun Devil forward, and unable to get a shot off was Kylie Ram. Back the other way, UNLV. They can't settle it down. Olsen pushes up to Kylie Ram. A second chance now for him. Kylie Ram in all alone. He scores! Kylie Ram, a beautiful move, and the Sun Devils are up 2-0.
With the second period, it's a long change for both teams. UNLV was out there a little too long. They got a little too greedy. That's when they dumped the puck in. They didn't get it all the way down and went to Arizona State defenseman Kate Olsen, and he noticed that headman pass, that stretch pass was there with Tyler Kylie Ram as UNLV was going for a wholesale change, and it allows Arizona State to cash in on the opportunity, and they're now up 2.
Sun Devils putting on a clinic this period in terms of bending but not breaking, and the counterattack has been lethal for Arizona State during this middle frame. Kylie Ram getting that second bite of the apple, and he made no mistake that time. Gallant will look for a quick shot. That's deflected off of a Sun Devil stick. Picked back up by UNLV, looking for the one-timer across the middle. That puck bouncing a little too much. And right back the other way now. Doucette in behind the defense. He'll look for a shot. Wixon makes the save. Touched up by a Sun Devil. I believe we will have a penalty here on someone. To whom, I'm not sure.
Looks like the door's opening for the UNLV penalty box, so We'll wait and see here. Part of me looks like still no one's gone in yet. There's some confusion. Looks like it's actually going to be an Arizona State penalty as Philip Doucette's called for a slashing call, and looks to be head coach for Arizona State, Austin Klein's trying to get an explanation from the referee.
Austin Klein up on the bench right now, yelling to the referee all the way down the ice. Right now, the three other officials nearby the ASU bench, the one referee who made the call is all the way down in the corner boards and not providing an explanation. We heard the back referee come in and say he was 150 feet from the play and was unable to provide an explanation. And the Sun Devils not sure why they're going shorthanded, but nonetheless will have to skate out 4 penalty killers.
Big point of this hockey game right now, as it's in the balance, that whoever gets that next goal, it's going to determine maybe the outcome of the game.
UNLV down 2 on the power play. They've looked lethal on the man advantage tonight as that shot ricochets off the post. Barry looks for a shot. That one goes whistling just wide. Wyatt keeps it alive. Wyatt goes down low to Flanders. Johnson on it now for UNLV. Walking in from the half wall. He'll play some pitch and catch. The puck bouncing a little bit, and Johnson will have to settle it down. Johnson goes down low. Back on it now. He'll rip one, and Garber casually will glove that one down.
Erdman does a great job that time. I think he noticed it might have been something that the Arizona State team talked about in the locker room of watching that one-timer pass once it goes from the half wall down to the corner where they're trying to feed it to that UNLV player in the middle of the ice. And that time it was well defended.
Porter will skate back and take the draw for Arizona State. Won by UNLV. Barry at the point finds Wyatt. Wyatt goes down low. The Rebels looking for that one-timer in the low slot. Arizona State not giving them that chance. Barry at the blue line. He'll go high to low. Down low, a quick shot. That one goes wide, and that will come back in the neutral zone. Barry quickly finds Wyatt as the Rebels try to get back on the offensive quickly. Palmer, he'll pick that up, and he'll send it all the way down the ice.
Great clear by Palmer. That allows Arizona State to clear their lines and force UNLV to have to enter in again.
UNLV will slow it down as they look for a quick breakout. Burke in his feet had a little trouble getting that. Lackey will come in. A great effort by Lackey. He'll send it all the way down onto Wixon.
Rebels a little too much sashaying coming out of their own zone, and that tough pass for Burke ends up forcing the puck to get dumped down back on his goaltender.
With speed, Strong. He'll skate through the entire Sun Devil defense before it's poked away by Marchand. A nice active stick from the defenseman for Arizona State. Strong this time elects just to rip it in. Cruck the first one there for Arizona State. He'll chip it up the half wall, but it's kept alive by the Rebels. Strong, the touch pass. Back on it now. Strong, he'll look to go down low. As we're 5-on-5. Strong delays, throws one. Garber makes the save, rebounds loose. The Sun Devils will clear it all the way down the ice. Not far enough for an icing as Doucette gets on his horse and gives chase. Mazzillo, the assistant captain, turns it over his own blue line. Porter will skate it in. Porter, the shot. He scores! Damon Porter rips one short side, and it's 3-0 Arizona State.
Credit to Philip Doucette coming out of the box after he served the 2-minute minor. Put a lot of pressure on the defenseman Mazzillo as he was trying to break it out. He was able to break it out almost halfway towards the Arizona State bench, and that's where he ended up coughing the puck up. Turned it over right to Damon Porter for Arizona State, and he had a lot of time and space and speed, and he beats the goaltender Wixon to the glove side, and now Arizona State with a 3-0 lead.
Sun Devils 3 goals in this 15 minutes of this middle period so far. And after that goal, the UNLV defense getting a little bit verbal with the Sun Devil forwards who had scored. As this game picking up a little bit of a tone to it now. With some speed, UNLV, they'll gain the offensive zone. DeMizio will lift a stick. He gets the puck. Rebels trying to get a quick passing play back to the point, and that's going all the way down in their own end. Joey Carollo with his head up. He'll switch it to Quinn. Quinn with speed. Across the blue line, Quinn will throw one, harmlessly wide of the net. Picked up by Ness, he'll go down low. In front of the net, loose all alone, and that shot goes just wide from DeMizio. Olsen has it in the corner but loses it. UNLV back on the puck. At the point, Johnson winds up, rips one, saved by Carver. Loose in the slot, UNLV picks it up, they throw it in front. The save and the rebound, they score! DeMizio picking up the garbage in front of the net and getting UNLV on the board.
Credit to that response for UNLV. The defenseman, number 33, Kyle Quinn, he ended up activating from his own zone, allowed the Rebels to enter in, attacking Arizona State, and they were just doing a great job of being hungry and hard on the puck. And finally, DeMizio was able to put the garbage away using his big frame of his, and the Rebels responding.
Rebels showing why they're a top team in the nation and why they're one of the favorites to win the national championship in Boston in just a few short weeks from now. McCollum, he'll pick it up at the blue line, wanted to go down low. Phillips the first one there for Arizona State. Burke now from his knees, he'll manage to find his forward, that's Fisher. Fisher will chip it in the corner. Franklin reverses, finds Kylie Ram. Ram gets his head up, finds Cooch streaking through the middle. Cooch across the blue line, he'll drop it to Phillips, he'll rip one, Wixon with the save, and he'll elect to get a stoppage.
Good shift by the energy line for Arizona State of trying to get some momentum back towards their direction, and they'll get an offensive zone draw to boot.
The Rebels getting tested with adversity first tonight, going down here in the second period. The Sun Devils now, after giving up a quick one, that pushes the lead back to only 2. Will look to slow down the Rebels, who are starting to feel themselves just a little bit. Tillman on the half wall, can only push it as far as the blue line. Nice active stick from Porter, slows down the Rebels. Lackey will weave his way through the neutral zone and chip it into himself. Lackey behind the net, switches it to Tillman. Tillman in the middle to Porter. That puck bouncing around. Wixon will glove it shortstop style, and we'll have another stoppage.
It's definitely going to take a lot for Arizona State to try to close this hockey game out. Rebels, not only are they ranked number 3 in the nation, but they also have a lot of offensive firepower, and a 3-goal deficit isn't too much to them compared to maybe some other teams in the ACHA, as they've already cut the lead down to 2. UNLV, they'll get the clear. Arizona State touches up, but that's going to be a high touch, and an offensive zone draw forthcoming for UNLV. Not too bad of a touch, though, for Arizona State to get a whistle down, as the Rebels did have numbers entering in the offensive zone off the rush.
A late change for Arizona State as Plurt comes in. And the captain, Lackey, will skate back to the bench. Porter on his strong side will look to get the Sun Devils a win here in the circle, and he does. Kruk in the corner, backhands one around. Plurt trying to poke check it away. On the second effort, Plurt will block it. A funny bounce comes to UNLV. Tic-tac-toe. Garber a big save. Plurt will delay the UNLV breakout and slap it all the way in behind the net. Sun Devils getting a partial change back behind the play. Up ahead now to DeMizio, the goal scorer for UNLV. Builds up ahead of steam. He'll look for a shot. Marchand deflects it in the corner. DeMizio still on it. Tillman will lift his stick and rip it all the way around. 2.5 minutes remain here in the second period as that deflection goes up into the netting.
I also want to make a comment, something I observed, especially once UNLV went down 3 goals. It almost went like they took it up another notch. Usually some teams can be a little discouraged, especially when you're the favorite coming into a game down 3 goals. But instead for them, when they were facing that adversity, they almost went up another notch, which is credit to them on why they're such a good hockey team.
UNLV certainly not with I'm sure what they would describe as their best performance to open this game. They have looked sharp at times, though, and Arizona State will have to be weary of this Rebel attack. That one-timer whiffed, and in the corner, Olsen will be the first one there for Arizona State. Plurd finds Marchand. Marchand with a little bit of time. He'll just chip it down through the neutral zone. McCollum on it now, as Studioso is waiting in the wings behind that defense. Johnson across the blue line. He'll windmill through his own legs. Almost loses the puck, as Olsen gives him a hard ride on the corner board. Studioso now will push it ahead. UNLV had to touch up. Garber makes a save off the shot. Olsen gets that one all the way down. Studioso in all alone on a breakaway. Brendan Studioso, and Wixon with a beautiful glove save, waiting out Studioso, and he'll keep it a 2-goal deficit for UNLV.
That rim from Arizona State took a Arizona State bounce as it hopped over the stick of the defenseman McCollum for UNLV. That allows Studioso to have all the time in the world, maybe a little too much time, as the goaltender Wixon waited him out, and that was an unbelievable stop and a lot of confidence shown by the Rebels goalie.
Certainly a lot of confidence indeed needed to come back after giving up 3 quick ones, and a beautiful save there on Brendan Studioso, courtesy of Wixon. Phillips on his back end tried to find Cooch. Cooch will lift the stick and create a turnover. Kylie Ram throws it down low. Phillips lays a check. The assistant captain, Mazzillo, was able to find his D partner, and the Rebels push it ahead. DeBolt gives chase. The first one there is Fisher for UNLV. Fisher trying to draw a penalty. DeBolt gets his hand off of him just in the nick of time. The Rebels still work it down low. One-time shot through traffic, and that will find its way up into the stands.
Crucial for Arizona State to get out of this period with the 2-goal lead. It's been tough for them this year, especially trying to close out periods. It's always a backbreaker in terms of momentum when you give up a goal heading into intermission, so it's going to be important, 46 seconds and change, to close this second period out.
Porter leans in. That puck will perfectly move to in front of Lackey. He'll find Tillman. Tillman will backhand it down the ice. With it now is Flanders. Flanders will throw one a little too hot up into the ceiling. And that will be an offensive zone draw for Arizona State.
Though this might be the second to last game here at Oceanside Ice Arena, it's definitely the second to last time possibly that these low ceilings will end up favoring the home team, as it's tough for a visiting team to try to get acclimated to whatever rink you're playing in, as each rink has its quirks.
Palmer can't settle it down. Fila giving chase. UNLV emerges with it. That puck up off Garber behind the net. And I believe a high touch is the assessment here.
And it looks to be a high touch by a Rebels player, so that's going to force the faceoff to be outside the offensive zone with about 18 seconds and change.
And as you mentioned, partner, the low ceiling here is something I'm sure we might see play a part again later tonight and tomorrow as well. One of the many beautiful quirks that we've come to appreciate here with Oceanside Ice Arena. That bouncing puck will get scooped up by Garber with 10.2 remaining.
Crucial to win this defensive zone draw for Arizona State. And it looks to be the defenseman Jack Hosworth out there taking the draw.
Jack Hosworth, we saw him play some forward against the University of Arizona last week, and he'll win the draw right there. Palmer on it now, 5 seconds left. He'll look for the headman pass as Tillman was cheating a little bit in behind the defense. And that will be the end of the second period, and an exciting second period that was.
High scoring affair for both teams. Arizona State being able to push the lead out to 3, and it's going to be important and interesting to see if they can close this one out against number 3 in the nation.
It will be the biggest test Arizona State has faced so far this season as they look to finish this one off against number 3 UNLV. The score, Arizona State 3, visiting UNLV 1. We'll be back in a quick 15 minutes here on ASU ACHA Hockey YouTube.
Well, I went down to the local arena, asked to see the manager man. He came from his office, said, "Son, can I help you?" Looked at him and said, "Yes, you can." Yeah, I want to drive the Zamboni. Yeah, I want to drive the Zamboni. Yes, I do. Now, ever since I was young, it's been my dream that I might drive the Zamboni machine. I'd get that ice just as slick as could be, and all the kids would look up to me. Yeah, I want to drive the Zamboni. Yeah, I want to drive the Zamboni. Yes, I do. Now the manager said, "Son, I know it looks keen, but that right there's one expensive machine." And I got Smokey, who's been driving for years. About that time I broke down in tears, 'cause I want to drive the Zamboni. Yeah, I want to drive the Zamboni. Yeah, I want to drive the Zamboni. Yeah, I want to drive the Zamboni. Yes, I do. All the small things, true care, truth brings. I'll take one lift, your ride, best trip. Always, I know you'll be at my show, watching, waiting, commiserating. Say it ain't so, I will not go. Turn the lights off, carry me home. Late night, come home, work sucks, I know. She left me roses by the stairs. Surprises let me know she cares. Say it ain't so, I will not go. Turn the lights off, carry me home.
I remember when I lost my mind. There was something so pleasant about that place. Even your emotions have an echo in so much space. without care. Yeah, I was out of touch. But it wasn't because I didn't know enough. I just knew too much. Does that make me crazy? Does that make me crazy? Does that make me crazy? Possibly. And I hope that you are having the time of your life. But think twice. That's my only advice. Come on now, who do you think you are? Bless your soul. You really think you're in control? Well, I think you're crazy. I think you're crazy. I think you're crazy. Just like me. My heroes had the heart to lose the lives I wanna live. And all I remember is thinking I wanna be like them. Ever since I was little, it looked like fun. And there's no coincidence. In this farewell, there's no blood, there's no alibi. 'Cause I've drawn regret from the truth of 1,000 lies. So let mercy come and wash away what I've done. I'll face myself to cross out what I've become. Erase myself and let go of what I've done. Put to rest what you thought of me while I clean this slate with the hands of uncertainty. So let mercy come and wash away what I've done. I'll face myself to cross out what I've become. Erase myself and let go of what I've
Coming on to the light of day, we got many moons that are deep at play. So I keep an eye on the shadow smile to see what it has to say. You and I both know everything must go away.
be better off if I were on my own. I try to put my finger on the moment we went wrong, but the taste turned bitter, so I pulled the trigger. Not so easy to move on. I guess I should have known. Ice cold, I freeze up when I see ya. Left you just to find out that I need ya. So far, I wanna pull you closer. I wish we could start the whole thing over. Ever since I left you, I've been trying to get you back, and it keeps getting worse. I'm burning on the inside, and the truth is that I didn't know how good you were until you were gone, 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 until you were gone. Never really gone. You think you're moving on, but it won't be for long. You'll see when I'm gone. I'm never really gone. You think you're moving on, but no one's gonna feel like.
As the sun sets on Oceanside Arena, it's time for one final homestand. One last chance to show out for the arena that's housed ASU hockey for almost 45 years. And one last chance to send the Devil faithful home happy. The challenger comes in the form of the Las Vegas Rebels, and no easy task is ahead. Can the Sun Devils do some rebelling of their own and knock off a top dog in the league? Find out next as we say farewell to Oceanside Arena, Arizona State Sun Devils, University of Las Vegas Rebels. Next on ASU ACHA Hockey YouTube.
Welcome back in, folks, to Oceanside Ice Arena. As it's the second to last time we get to say to you, we're ready for some third period action here between Arizona State and UNLV. Brett, it's been quite an interesting game. A second period maybe none of us saw coming, and Arizona State has a chance to close out a massive win tonight.
And what a period by ASU of being able to right the ship, let UNLV even possess the puck in the offensive zone, but once they are able to get opportunities going the other way, they're ending up cashing all those in. And for UNLV, it's going to really show their number 3 ranking to see how good of a hockey team they really are. They have to respond. They did a great job of already cutting the lead down to 2 near the end of that period, and we'll see how it unfolds, but it's sure going to be a fun ride to the finish.
Should be very fun, and credit to Zach Wixon, the goaltender for UNLV. After giving up 3 goals in the first 15 minutes, he looked very sharp down the stretch in that second period, nullifying a couple great Arizona State chances. And as the pucks dropped here for the third period, we look forward to what should be a very fast-paced and action-filled finale to this first game of the weekend series. Garbert, a little trouble covering that one, and that forces the Sun Devils to clear it all the way down for an icing.
Smart by Studioso of not messing around with anything. He ends up collecting that rebound as Garber had a little trouble with the initial shot and just dumping it down to go ahead and get a controlled face-off for his team.
Demizio will lean in the circle for UNLV. versus Studioso for Arizona State. Arizona State gets the win. Palmer off the half wall to set there. He'll just backhand in the neutral zone. Or McCollum will button hook and restart things for UNLV. The Rebels, not the sharpest of passes so far tonight, but certainly some great sequences from them, especially in the final 5 of that second period. A weird deflection off the half wall. The Rebels on it. DeMizio rips one and he scores! Second of the night for DeMizio, and UNLV has the lead down to 1.
What an amazing play by UNLV. DeMizio gets his second of the night, as it was a great opportunity to take advantage of that weird hop off the stanchion off the glass. They end up doing a nice one-touch passing play with all 3 forwards in the offensive zone, and DeMizio with a one-timer shot catching the goaltender Garber off guard. And now UNLV showing that pedigree of theirs, being one of the top teams in the country, now cutting the lead down to 1.
And just like that, less than 60 seconds into the third period, UNLV only down by 1. And you can't fault Garber on that shot, as that was an absolute heat-seeking missile that DeMizio ripped. As he's certainly feeling himself tonight. 2 goals so far. No icing. The ice still a little wet down in the UNLV end. And they'll inadvertently send that one all the way down for an icing.
And now we'll see how Arizona State's going to respond, as they now have seen their 3-goal lead swapped now to 1-goal lead. And what their goal is of trying to make it to Boston for nationals. These are the teams you're going to have to compete against on a daily basis. And it'll be important to see how they respond now.
Sun Devils a week ago on this very sheet of ice went into an early hole against University of Arizona and were unable to pull themselves out of it. Tonight it's UNLV going down, and now they're on the verge of tying this game back up, as Marchand will rip one and Wixon will get the save.
And it's important for Arizona State in terms of the rankings. They're still on the outside looking in at number 19, and even splitting the weekend against a number 3 team in the rankings is going to pay big dividends for them trying to make it to Boston.
Certainly would be huge for Arizona State if they can pull that off this weekend, as they only have 2 more games after this, and they have to head down to Tucson to play against their arch rivals to finish the season off. Quinn pushes it up, and Strong will chip it in behind the defense. Olsen there for Arizona State, finds Marchand. A nice touch pass to Kylie Ram, and the Sun Devils break it out. And no one said it would be easy, Brett, but Arizona State currently, you could almost say their destiny in their own hands with these final 4 games.
Absolutely. Arizona, they're another high-ranking opponent as well. They've already beaten Arizona this season, but that's the beauty of playoffs, right? You try to go ahead and gel together as a team, and this is where it's finally going to show and pay off in this final stretch of the season.
Almost turnover at their own blue line. UNLV averts trouble there. They'll skate it in, thrown in front. No one on the receiving end of that pass. Studioso will try to lift the stick and push it ahead. Plurd with a heavy stick will get it out. Erdman wanted to find Doucette at the opposing blue line, but it's UNLV who will slow things down and get it going from their own end. The assistant captain, Alec Johnson, gets his feet moving. He'll skate across the blue line. Johnson lays a check, still on it. He'll throw it in front. Garber with the save. Studioso pushes it ahead. Tillman with speed trying to skate to that one, and Wixon coming way out of his net, the first one to the puck.
Looks to be a delayed penalty call to ASU, as Wixon's now finally making it to his bench.
And that penalty looked to happen back behind the play. I didn't have an eye on it, as it was the back referee still with his arm raised making the call, as he lets the Arizona State bench know they better be careful or they might be down 2. Lackey giving chase. The Sun Devils still need to touch this up just to get to the 5-on-4 penalty kill. That's sent down. That will be an icing on UNLV.
And in these very tight hockey games, when you're trying to close it out against a very tough opponent, it's going to be those small margins that end up determining the hockey game. And with that penalty, a poor undisciplined one behind the play, this might end up costing ASU if they are unable to get the kill. There also looked to be some confusion as the linesmen are talking with each other. As great job by the refereeing crew of mediating with all four of the checkered guys on the ice, of being able to make sure the right call is made. And it seems to be that it was determined that it was an icing call, and so the face-off is what Arizona State's arguing should be outside of their own zone. Meanwhile, of course, UNLV wants that face-off in the offensive zone, and the referees now are still deliberating. As one of the referees is skating over to the Arizona State bench, and it looks to be that the face-off will be now happening in Arizona State's end.
And quite a bit of deliberation leading up to that one, Brett. UNLV certainly happy, as they have looked sharp tonight in the face-off circle.
But for Arizona State in the circle, Sean Phillips, he's been good all year. This is a big crucial one for him.
Gallant versus Phillips in the circle for UNLV and Arizona State respectively. We'll chalk that one up as a draw. The puck bounces back to Olsen, and he'll rip it all the way down the ice. A good start early for Arizona State, shorthanded, as they'll kill some valuable time off of this power play. Switching it to Johnson. He'll walk it in. Feeds it to Wyatt. Wyatt back to Johnson. He'll settle down, rip one. Garber will glove it for a stoppage.
And it's crucial anytime you can win that opening face-off on the penalty kill, being able to clear it down. That's going to kill a good 30 seconds and change of time. Otherwise, the offensive opponent on the power play could have time to set up a great scoring opportunity.
Olsen looked for the clear off of a stanchion. It comes right back to him. Olsen will look for the clear again, and he'll get that one off the glass and down the ice.
That ends up putting the team on the power play a little bit off schedule, as the Rebels haven't been able to set up in the offensive zone so far.
UNLV going east to west again as they gain zone entry. Phillips in his skates, can't clear it. Johnson back on it. Johnson settles it down. He'll look for a shot, thinks better of it. Johnson can't handle that pass, and the Sun Devils a chance to change.
Would have been a tough one if Phillips was trying to clear it. He couldn't, but luckily it ends up going down all the way anyway.
40 seconds remaining on the man advantage for UNLV. Kruk will settle it down and throw it all the way down the ice. A great kill here for Arizona State.
Good communication by Kruk with one of his back-checking forwards of communicating on who's going to go ahead and strip that puck away. And again, UNLV on this power play is probably their worst one so far in this hockey game.
UNLV just struggling to get the puck into the offensive zone and set up. They finally will. Johnson drops it to McCullum. McCullum walks it in the middle. He'll rip one. That deflected in front. Garber never saw it. And the ASU defense clears it away. The final few seconds tick away on the man advantage for UNLV. They'll go low to high through traffic. The rebound, they score. Garber couldn't secure the rebound. And Max Johnson all alone in front backhands that one into a wide open 4x6. And we have a tie hockey game.
Credit to UNLV of trying to finish off that power play strong, even though it didn't start so great. They end up doing so. They finally are able to cash in. They've already scored 2 goals tonight of the second chance opportunities. Nothing special of being able to get in the way of the Arizona State netminder and putting home a rebound. And now they've tied the hockey game, and so we have a ball game on our hands now.
We certainly do, and no one would be shocked coming into this period to know that UNLV would tie it up. Arizona State so close on that penalty kill to nullifying any offense for UNLV. They get a chance at the last second, and Johnson makes no mistake depositing that one. And you can hear the lack of communication below us here, Brett.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see which guys on the Arizona State team are going to try to pick everybody up and go ahead and try to get the reins back of this game into their hands.
DeBolt will step up at the blue line. Tillman gives chase on Smith. Smith is able to get that back to his D-core. That puck takes a deflection, will roll all the way down to Garber, and he'll cover it up. 13:33 remaining in the third period. The score is 3-3. Threes everywhere, Brett. But it's going to be the number 4 tonight that feels like it will be oh so important, as the next goal in this game might very well determine who comes out of this with the win.
Absolutely. It's been a great hockey game. Great effort by Arizona State, but you're going to definitely have a sour taste in your mouth if you're unable to close this one out tonight for how well they played.
Plurd finds Doucette. Doucette trying to get a step around the defense. Mazzillo, some good positioning. The captain for UNLV. And Arizona State will break it out once again. Olsen up to Plurd. Plurd across the blue line. A quick shot on, and Wixon will cover that.
Really like the game of Cade Olsen, the defenseman for Arizona State so far. He's been doing a great job of making that crucial pass, whether it's a regroup, whether it's a breakout, of making it tape to tape and crisp, so that allows his forward group to go in and attack the offensive zone of UNLV with speed.
Studioso on his strong side will look to win it. Back to the point, Olsen. He'll slap past one down low. Plurd on it in the corner. Plurd up to Marchand. Marchand settles it down, waits, rips one through traffic, he scores! Ty Marchand with a seeing eye shot, goes 5-hole on Wixon, and Arizona State's back up 4-3.
The poise on this freshman for Arizona State has been showing him flying colors the past month and a half, and there he does it again. He ends up faking like he was going to take the point shot, lets the UNLV player slide through the shooting lane, and from there he had time and space to wait the goaltender Wixon out, and he beats him through the wickets, 5-hole, and Arizona State now back with the lead.
A huge goal there from one of the most important defensemen on this ASU team all season long, as Ty Marchand feasting tonight. Rebels, some slick passing. McCollum gets in, and Garber able to get his right skate on that. McCollum with some speed, skated all the way down single-handedly. Tillman. Lackey on it now on the turnover. Lackey dangles, drops it. The shot, Wixon, amazing save there. As Lackey drops it to Tillman, and it looked like Tillman had a grade A chance. Wixon up to the task.
I think Wixon's defenseman there on that shift, Robert McCollum, might have to owe him a nice Chili's 2 for 20 dinner, as he ends up saving the bacon on an unbelievable chance for Arizona State, as Lackey picked off the breakout pass, and he ends up feeding it over to Tillman, who's already got a goal to his name this game, and with an athletic stop on the glove hand, what a stop by Wixon.
Arizona State wins the draw. Cooch back to the point. Sun Devils keep it alive down low in the corner. Phillips gives chase. On the half wall, the Rebels trying to clear it. DeMizio ahead. That's chipped in the corner. DeMizio will give chase. Olsen's the first one there for Arizona State. He'll just chip it off the half wall as he had DeMizio eyeing him for a big check. And Quinn will reverse it, as the Arizona State forecheckers doing a good job making things challenging on the Rebels at the moment.
It's that energy line again. Rebels having some tough times getting out of their own zone.
Quinn sidesteps his own forward. He'll skate it in. Picked off by Tillman, and Tillman will clear it. Cooch lays a body. On it now, Gallant. Looking for the pass. He'll go back up high. Ripping one. No one in front of the net, and Garber will slow it down and get a cover.
Love how aggressive Garber is. He ended up making that save maybe a foot or two outside of the blue paint of his crease, as he recognized that no one was in front of him, and so he wants to really get a good job of fronting that shooter from the point and not allowing any rebound.
Arizona State defense, a good job there, clearing the path for Garber to have an easy look at Barry. One-timer now from the captain. Mazzillo goes wide. Burke trying to feed it through the middle of the ice. Tillman the first one there. He'll send it all the way around to Lackey. Lackey chips it down. Porter walks it in. Porter, a quick shot. Wixon makes the save. And the Rebel defense has the puck now as Burke sends it back to Mazzillo for the breakout. Delayed offsides. The Rebels will skate it. Button hook by Burke. He'll slow it down. Fisher behind his own net. He'll skate it out. And I believe the net came off the mooring, hence the whistle.
Be interesting to see where the face-off will be taking place. It looks to be that UNLV is going to be breaking out, and yeah, it looks to be that the linesman's setting up in the neutral zone for this face-off.
Both teams afforded a change. Studioso will lean in. He'll win it for Arizona State. DeBolt now will just gain the blue line and send it all the way around where Doucette's the first one on it. That puck coming in hot will jump over the stick of Doucette. The Rebels trying to cheat one in behind the defense. Back on it now for the Rebels. Smith. Smith will delay, wait for reinforcements. He'll throw it in the middle. McCollum could have had a good shot from the slot, had to settle it down. He'll skate it all the way back up to the point, work it way down low, and come right back up. As McCollum gets his steps in for the day, he'll drop it down low to Smith. Smith in the corner, gets past Doucette. Smith working all the way around, drops it to Flanders. Flanders a hard ride from Studioso. Feelig up to McCollum, waits, looks for the shot. That one goes wide of the net. Johnson activates from the point, keeps it alive. In the middle, the one-timer, that one high over the head of Garber. Kept alive by McCollum. Doucette trying to clear it for Arizona State. McCollum throws it up and into the netting. And we'll have a whistle after a great shift for UNLV.
A timely whistle as Arizona State was tired out there, and it was a great shift by Flanders, Smith, and Feelig for UNLV of trying to go ahead and get this game back tied up.
That draw won by UNLV. Strong will rip one all the way back to the point. Quinn couldn't handle it. And Wixon will come out of his net to settle it down for his defense. 9:20 remaining here in the third period. The Sun Devils sporting a one-goal lead at the moment. Wyatt would love to change that here for UNLV as he'll throw one on, harmlessly wide of the net. But that pass off the mark. Tillman for Arizona State had a chance to skate it in. A very bouncy puck tonight. And another instance of it there as it hopped right over Tillman's stick. Wyatt sends it in. Garber comes way out to play it, and he'll just send it up the half wall. Quinn with no one to send it to, puts it in the corner. Marchand wanted to find Lackey for a home run pass. Wyatt skates it ahead now for UNLV as they change behind the play. That shot deflected and skee-balled right up to Garber.
We'll give credit to Arizona State. It's tough against a great opponent like UNLV. They're going to get their chances, but I think when the opportunity has been given to ASU to try to limit the speed of UNLV, they have been, and I think that's why they've been having some success overall in the hockey game.
UNLV, a dangerous combination of speed and size. Arizona State slowing that down in all aspects so far tonight. Cooch, some nifty stick work on the half wall. He'll chip it out. Connor Kruk, the assistant captain, activates from the point. That one knocked down by Mazzillo. No high touch. As he'll try to get it in for UNLV. He'll chip it in behind Kruk. Ness gives chase. Wyatt Palmer tries to reverse it. Cooch not there, and UNLV back on the puck. Behind the net, Ness, he'll push one in front, and Garber will cover that one up too. As Garber not looking to give any second opportunities here to UNLV as they're sniffing all around the blue paint.
That's what you like to see with any goaltender. If he's hungry, if he's aggressive for that puck, he's fighting for that puck every time it's loose, not taking any chances with it. And so far in this third period, Garber has done just that.
Fisher wants to get the win for the Rebels. It's Studioso merging with that one. Franklin now playing a game of chicken with Fisher. Franklin almost falls down. Plurd will come in and help him out. Plurd puts on the brakes, finds Franklin. Up to Studioso. He'll niftily send one in the corner. UNLV not getting as many clean zone entries in this third period. To your point earlier, Brett, the Sun Devils really doing a good job slowing down this UNLV breakout.
As well, it's going to be a lot harder, too, that they're making UNLV dump the puck in, because in order to get offensive chances, they have to operate cycling with the puck, whereas that's a lower scoring opportunity chance compared to coming off the rush when there's more prone for error for the defensive team.
On the half wall, UNLV from their own bench will skate it up. Across the blue line, a hard check laid by Erdman. Activating from the point is Johnson. Lackey gives chase for Arizona State. Johnson still on it. He pushes it up to Smith. Smith will button hook in the corner. Smith with his heads up goes down low. Flanders tried to walk it in the middle as he was all alone. Flanders lays a hard check in the corner. Johnson trying to milk an icing there. The linesman giving him every benefit of the doubt. That puck would not go far enough, however. Kylie Ram slows down the UNLV zone entry. A little discombobulated, and the Sun Devils on the puck now. Marchand takes a hard check. UNLV keeps it in. Kate Olson, a hard pass right to Kylie Ram. He'll skate it through the middle. Kylie Ram behind the defense, rips one. That goes just wide. Kylie Ram seals the half wall as he shrugs one defender off. Back on it, Kylie Ram walks in the middle. The one-timer from one knee was Connor Tillman, and Wixon up to the task.
Tremendous work by Clayton Lackey, who's at one point maybe even fending off two UNLV players, was able to center that in front to Kylie Ram, who then laid it off to Tillman. Wixon making a big stop, though, for his UNLV team, keeping this deficit down to 1.
5:37 remaining here in the third period. Arizona State wins this draw. Down low. In front, Plurd, the one-timer. Wixon the save, rebound, and that's cleared all the way down the ice for an icing. The Sun Devils looking dangerous.
Before that face-off, it was that Tillman chance, and then clean face-off won by Plurd, and that allowed Arizona State to go to work again, as Wixon has been tested in these last couple of stints of play.
UNLV will push it up ahead once again as they're forced to chip it in behind the defense. Arizona State once again with a clear, as the clock right now the biggest enemy for UNLV. Quinn trying to sachet through the middle. An active defensive stick from Hosworth. Hosworth on it now. Hosworth on his backhand trying to push it into the middle. Arizona State changing back behind the play. Skating it ahead now is Johnson. Johnson looks for the shot, blocked away by Palmer. From his knees, he'll throw it on behind the net. Studioso and Wyatt dig at it in the corner. The Rebels emerge with it. Mazzillo, the captain, can't handle it at the point, as he gets familiar with Hosworth at the blue line, and the Sun Devils have the puck.
Max Johnson for UNLV is laboring to that bench. Credit to him of getting off on his own powers. He took a hard check by the defenseman Palmer for Arizona State.
Max Johnson, a goal scorer earlier in this period, and the Rebels will have to adjust their lines on the fly. Mazzillo gains the center line, and that puck comes almost all the way up here into the press box. I certainly would enjoy a souvenir to take home from this game if things continue the way they're going.
What a game it has been. We say thank you so much to all of the viewers tuning in tonight on ASU ACHA Hockey YouTube. as we come down to the wire.
Neutral zone draw, won by the Rebels. Mazzillo loses his balance. As Mazzillo wanted that puck, DiMizio trying to pick it up instead. And the Rebels restart their breakout. That puck bobbing around, bouncing across the line. In the corner now, Gallant. He'll send it to Strong. Strong up to DiMizio. Back to McCollum. He'll walk into the middle, rip one through traffic. Garber with the save as he never even saw it. No problem for him.
Unbelievable stop by Garber. Again, he had to fight through those moving screens, a maze of bodies. I could count maybe 3 or 4 as he had to fight through to find that shot from McCollum.
Gunnar Smith leans in for the Rebels. Against number 8, Damon Porter. Smith wins the draw. Johnson through traffic. Porter deflects it wide of the net. Olsen slowing it down behind his own net. Picked up by Flanders. Back up to Johnson. He'll go point to point. McCollum will just select to send it down low. Marchand on it now. Sun Devils, a quick little breakout. Lackey chips it in almost behind the defense. Tillman still gets there. Tillman on his backhand. Over to Lackey. Lackey, the shot that deflects wide off of the stick of the defenseman for UNLV, number 22, Alec Johnson. Marchand blows a tire. UNLV the first ones to the puck, thrown in front of the net. An active defensive stick breaks up that pass. UNLV still on it. Garber will stick it away. Marchand off the half wall, just chips it in the neutral zone. The Sun Devils get a partial change. 2:30 left here in the third period. A nice stick from Studioso delays that. Marchand up to Lackey. He'll chip it in behind the defense, and the Sun Devils will get a full change.
Almost touching 2 minutes left in the hockey game. Arizona State's going to have to make sure they get those pucks up and out, playing a north to south game, not allowing UNLV to sustain any offensive zone time.
Plurd, some nice forechecking as that puck deflects off his skate almost on net, as Wixon had to be alert. The Rebels trying to get out of their own end right now. Quinn tries to softly chip one past Studioso. He'll knock it down, feed it to Plurd. Plurd down the wing will just rip one that goes all the way around to Wyatt. Wyatt slows it down for the Rebels. 100 seconds left on the clock here in the third period. Arizona State trying to close out a massive win tonight against number 3 UNLV. Arizona State gets a change behind the play. Kylie Ram intercepts that, and he'll send it all the way down. No icing.
Great shift by that forward grouping of Arizona State as they now go for a well-deserved change of keeping UNLV at bay in their own zone.
UNLV will gain entry in the offensive zone. Coming in late is Johnson. He collects, throws one high over the net. And that one went straight into the netting. That puck should come all the way out into the neutral zone.
We also see now a pulled goalie and a timeout for UNLV as they're going to have an offensive zone draw with 1:12 left. And we'll see what head coach Anthony Vinieri-Greener has cooked up.
UNLV digging deep here as they haven't had their best road game tonight. A chance nonetheless, though, with 1:12 left to get something going. And Brett, if you're Arizona State right now, the communication seems to be there. Everyone's engaged. What's the message right now to seal this win?
For head coach Austin Klein, it's going to be doing those little things of being able to chip the puck out when the opportunity presents itself to go ahead and clear the puck. Go ahead and do so, because a team like UNLV, if you maybe only get 1 or 2 chances to clear that puck out, if you don't, that might be going in the back of your net. Also want to point out for UNLV, they've only had 3 losses so far at the ACHA Division I level. And so for them, this might be also uncharted territory of being down a goal. So it'll be interesting to see how they go ahead and solve this of being able to try to come back.
Plurd, the centerman for Arizona State. Gallant, the centerman for UNLV. Offensive zone draw for the Rebels. Gallant will slow it down. He'll win it back to McCullum. McCullum sends it down to DiMizio. Back to McCullum. He'll send it over to Johnson. A little too hot to handle. He'll settle down at the point. Johnson in the middle of Lackey. Lackey had a chance to go the other way. And Plurd now will get that cleared.
Again, UNLV with that extra attacker, so that net's wide open, as that could have been a great opportunity for Lackey if he could have got that puck.
Gallant builds up some speed. He'll get across the blue line. He'll stop up. Back to McCullum. McCullum goes for the switch. Johnson has to settle it down. He'll throw it through traffic. Garber will glove it for a whistle with 38.4 on the clock.
Not too shabby for Arizona State. Did a great job of forcing UNLV to have to control it in the perimeter of the offensive zone. We'll see if they can get that much needed clear with 38 seconds left.
Plurd tries to tie it up. Johnson with the puck. Johnson reverses to McCullum. McCullum delays, waiting, doesn't like what he sees. He'll send it on the half wall. DiMizio now with his head up in the slot, in the skates. Burke settles it down, loose in front of the net. They throw it on net and they score. Burke digs it out of his skates, throws it through traffic, and that finds its way in with 20.5 left, and it's a tie ball game.
Fortunate for Arizona State, they had a couple opportunities to clear the puck, but UNLV somehow was able to be hard on the puck and find it. It was an ugly goal. They had to score a few ugly goals. Arizona State to force them to score ugly goals for a team that's really flashy and has a lot of speed coming off the rush. Credit to UNLV to fight back.
UNLV digging deep there. Nothing pretty about that goal for Burke, but he has no problem with that whatsoever. As we tick down to the final 5 seconds here of the third period. Garber plays it in the corner, and we will be going to overtime.
Some bonus hockey, and for how good this hockey game is, if you're on neutral party watching this one, you probably don't mind it.
I certainly would not mind a little bonus hockey if I'm tuning in and watching this game on ASU ACHA Hockey YouTube. However, you can feel all the fans in attendance here tonight for Arizona State would have loved to have seen this game end in regulation. The Sun Devils 20 seconds away from getting a regulation victory against the top 3 opponent. And the chance to pop a little bit of bubbly might just have to wait a few more minutes.
And I have to give a hat tip off to UNLV. They were down 3 goals at one point in this hockey game, and really showing of why they're one of the top contenders in all the ACHA, vying for that national title. But also, too, on the other flip of the coin for Arizona State, even though they weren't able to get it done, you have to take a lot of confidence out of this game of playing against a tough opponent, coming into your home rink, and they've been responding to every challenge.
They certainly have been. It's been a tale of 2 teams at different times throughout the season, Brett, with Arizona State. We saw it when they hosted U of A at Mullet. They turned in a spirited performance that night, coming back from multiple goals down a few times throughout the game. Last week, laying an egg here at Oceanside, and tonight they put in one of their better 60-minute efforts against the toughest opponent that we've seen to date in this barn.
Absolutely it is, and what a way to possibly send Oceanside Ice Arena off with a win. Again, the last weekend here in this barn that has been home to the Arizona State ice hockey program for the men's and women's level. And it's going to be an exciting finish.
And we will see who has the energy to seal this win tonight. Who will have the legs? As we know, the legs feed the wolf. Both teams certainly digging deep into their bag for everything they've got tonight. It'll be Lackey, Tillman, and Olsen to start the 3-on-3 overtime for Arizona State. Meanwhile, it will be Smith, DiMizio, and McCullum for UNLV. And UNLV does win that draw. McCullum, he'll push it up ahead to DiMizio. DiMizio with speed, switches, drops it. DiMizio up to McCullum. McCullum elects to skate all the way behind the net. Tillman with a stick. He'll slow it down. He'll pick up the puck. McCullum goes for a change for UNLV. Olsen and Lackey get moving. Tillman on it. Feeds Lackey. Lackey wants a streaking Olsen behind the defense. Olsen behind the net. Wixon way out to play it. Lackey a chance to pick up the puck, and Johnson will slow it down for UNLV. Tillman still on the ice. Marchand and Plurd, fresh faces for Arizona State. Marchand gets bodied off the puck by DiMizio. DiMizio sends it up to Wyatt. He'll slow it down as he realizes a change still going on.
Quiet in here like a church hall as everybody's on the edge of their stands here at Oceanside.
Johnson feeds it to Wyatt. Wyatt skates it across the middle. Wyatt drops it to Johnson. Johnson pirouettes between his legs. Still on it, Johnson. He'll send it now to Wyatt into the middle. That puck bouncing around. Garber covering it. And no rebound there as two Rebels waiting in the wings. And Eric Garber, a huge save for Arizona State.
Some nifty stick handling there by Alec Johnson for UNLV and created a great scoring opportunity as that puck was just centered in front. Couple Rebels in front. And Garber had a hungry hip of that puck to get a whistle.
UNLV wins the draw once again. Quinn walking the line. Still on it now. Quinn delays. Plurd gives chase at the blue line. Quinn pushes it past Palmer. Still on it is Quinn. Quinn single-handedly keeping this alive. He'll send it to Wyatt. Wyatt around Plurd. Wyatt walks it in. Studioso pokes it away. Wyatt still on the puck as Studioso has to collect his stick. Plurd, a nice stick lift there, and he'll skate it ahead. Across the blue line, Plurd drops it to Palmer. Palmer around the defense, a nifty move to Studioso. That rolls off the edge of his skate. And a near dangerous turnover at the blue line for Arizona State.
Close call for ASU as now both teams go for a change with 2:45 remaining in OT.
ASU gets a quick change. Flanders will skate across the blue line. Flanders in the middle. Drops it. Garber a save, and he'll cover up that rebound. UNLV looking very dangerous so far in the 3-on-3 overtime.
That's something they haven't been able to do on 5-on-5 as Arizona State's done a great job of clogging up their speed, but now with so much open ice, UNLV can really show their team speed.
UNLV again wins another offensive zone draw here in overtime. At the point, unable to settle down as the captain diving to slow down Kylie Ram as he was coming in late. Flanders with it for the Rebels across the blue line. Flanders, he'll try to push in the middle. Lackey whacks it away. Flanders' second effort keeps it alive for UNLV. Lackey unsure where it is in the corner as he tries to get a stick lift. Kylie Ram with it, pushes it up to Lackey. Arizona State goes for a partial change. Tillman fresh off the bench. Olsen in the middle to Tillman. He scores! Connor Tillman wins it for Arizona State.
Arizona State, for most of that overtime period, they had to weather the storm against UNLV, and then from there, they end up taking it an opportunistic play of noticing that UNLV was going for a change. They had numbers. Cade Olsen jumping up into the play. Great game by him. He ends up kicking it out to Tillman, and Tillman all alone ends up blasting that one past Wixon. And Arizona State with a big victory here at Oceanside.
Arizona State needing overtime to get things done here, as it took all of 3 minutes and 2 seconds for Arizona State to get the game winner in extras against UNLV. As we'll invite you up into the broadcast booth here for one final time tonight. I'm Niall Cooper, my partner Brett Vaughn. Brett, an absolutely amazing game here tonight between Arizona State and UNLV. Certainly not the script I think we would have expected beforehand, but Arizona State finding a way to win it tonight.
Absolutely, against maybe one of the best opponents in all the ACHA. They came out, answered the bell at all times against the top opponent, and from there they ended up pushing that lead out to 3 goals. I think if you're head coach Austin Klein, maybe the only thing you could have fixed is to try and close that game out in regulation, but it's great credit to them responding to adversity, of still allowing that tying goal with only 20 seconds remaining on the clock to come back and win it in OT. What a response by this group of players.
Adversity left, right, and center tonight. That's really the key word for Arizona State. We expected, as this game started, to really see UNLV come out hot, and they did that, but Arizona State was up to the task early.
They absolutely were. Also got to give a hat tip to Eric Garber tonight. He made a lot of big key stops, even freezing the puck when he can to maybe give a breather to the 5 players out in front of him. And it's been actually a full group effort. Want to highlight maybe so many players, but I think our post game might be an hour long.
It certainly could be, and I know you alluded to a partner during the intermission that it was going to take everyone in the entire catalog for Arizona State to get the job done tonight. There's so many people we can go down the list and name. You mentioned Garber had a great night, but I have to put you on the spot now for everyone still watching. Who's your player of the game?
It's going to be number 4 defenseman Cade Olson, probably his best game so far in a Sun Devil uniform. Made a couple of key assists, especially breaking out of his own zone, giving his forwards time and space to attack UNLV, generating some great scoring opportunities. And there on the overtime play, he ends up jumping to the play, making it a 3-on-2 for Arizona State. And then he ladles it over to Connor Tillman for the game winner.
An amazing play, amazing night for Cade Olson, an amazing night for the Sun Devils in general as they knock off number 3 UNLV here tonight at Oceanside Ice Arena. We'd like to thank everyone for tuning in tonight as we put this on just for everyone that tunes in, but we also like to thank a few special people that make this broadcast possible each and every night. Our cameraman tonight was the one and only Keanu Deguchi. Our statistician was the illustrious Doc. Our studio producer was Johnny V. And on behalf of my partner, Brett Vaughn, I'm Niall Cooper. Remind you one more time of the final score. Arizona State 5, the visiting Rebels 4. We'll be back at it tomorrow night at 7 p.m. here. My partner, Brett, will have the call. And until then, so long from ASU ACHA Hockey YouTube.